Time to address you guys, because if I don't, nobody else will. Sharnae's Army, what's good family? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you guys are new, make sure you scroll down and hit that subscribe button. If you guys are not new, then welcome back. I haven't posted in a very long time. If you guys are new here, you might have found me from my TikTok, or you might have found me from being on My Extraordinary Family. So I just thought I would post a video and try and reintroduce myself. I'm really nervous. I haven't posted a video in so long. I feel like I don't even know if I've got this going, but we're gonna see how we do, and hopefully I could be more consistent and actually post on here. I thought I would use this opportunity to answer some of the hate questions, some of the comments, and anything that you guys have to ask me, because I'm seeing a lot of comments left under pretty much all my social media platform, and I wanted to kind of like give my side of the story, or give my own story. It's my story, do you know what I mean? So I just thought I would use this time to share that with you guys, because why not? My name is Sharnae. I am 27 years old and I'm a stay-at-home mother of 7 children. I've got a 10-year-old, I've got a 9-year-old, I've got 2 7-year-olds, they're twins, and then I've got a 6-year-old, I've got a 2-year-old, and I've got a 1-year-old. That is the best way to break it down. I've got 3 girls and I've got 4 boys, and I've always wanted to have kids. I didn't know I wanted to have this many kids, but I've always wanted to have kids. So I definitely wanted to just talk to you guys a little bit about why that's happened, how that came about, and answer again some of your questions that you guys have to ask me, because you guys are asking me a lot. Very inner, but I understand this is not the usual for some, but this is my life, so obviously I want to explain myself the best I can and defend my corner, because why not? Then you may have come across me from some of my TikTok videos where I post like loads of clean with me videos, sort of like getting it done, council house updates, just life with kids, and basically being as realistic as I can, because I don't like seeing stuff online that doesn't give you a real outlook onto someone's actual life. So I definitely intend on doing a more detailed video in the future, but just to break it down, like for you guys to understand briefly, I have 7 children and I've got 3 baby dads. It's not something I'm proud of. It's not something that I'm going to scream about and, you know, run it out with excitement, because that's not how I wanted my life to be. And I feel like a lot of people have a lot of judgment. You know, people have a lot of criticism. People have so much to say about it, because it's not their life to live, and it's not a life that anybody wants to ideally live. But this is my life. So when I had my first baby, I was 16 years old. I was very young. I had a very silly mindset. I didn't even know I was able to even get pregnant, because my doctors were telling me all sorts of stuff at that age, maybe to stop me from getting pregnant, I don't know. But I didn't even know that I was even capable of having a baby. I'm not like the 16-year-olds today. I was quite immature for a 16-year-old, in the sense where didn't really understand how that could have possibly happened, or like having sex one time basically. But yeah, we're here now. So I had my first child at 16. Her dad is not in the picture. He did not take to her. He did not accept that I was pregnant. And we don't have a relationship. I don't speak to him. He don't speak to me. We're not enemies. We just don't talk. Like, he's literally just an absent father, if that makes sense. And then when she was about 3 months old, which I know was very early, I then met somebody else. And this guy, I thought, you know, was going to be my everything. I felt like we were going to make it work. And I kind of wanted him to also show others, because I was facing judgment from just having a child at 16, that I've got a man, there's someone on my shoulder, that someone's there for me, so X, Y, and Z. So I felt like I didn't have enough time to kind of like focus on myself after having a baby. I kind of focused more on, oh my God, people are going to be thinking this, people are going to be saying that, so let me, you know, get into a situation and hope that it removed the judgment. And, you know, at the time, obviously, I had feelings for him, I did care about him, but a lot of it was about kind of like keeping up appearances and not wanting to make my mum feel ashamed, or like, just like feeling like, just, I was embarrassed, put it that way, I was embarrassed. So, I mean, I got with him, he was older. So in my head, it was like, yeah, he's older, he's going to be more mature, he's going to be able to like help me and X, Y, and Z, he's driving, all this stuff. So I thought, okay, cool, that will work out nice for me. But it didn't. That was a very unhealthy relationship. Obviously, I'm not going to talk his thing out here like that, because obviously we have kids, and regardless, I'm not going to talk badly on him. but he was very abusive towards me. I put it that way. He's very abusive towards me, and that resulted in no contact, and he's not in my picture. But we had 4 children together. We did get engaged. I thought it was going to work out, and it sadly didn't. And I took my kids first, and I left that relationship, and that was very difficult for me. Being young and then being in a relationship and then, wanting it to work so badly, you kind of make bad decisions because you're trying to hold on to things. And why I tell people now, if something's not meant to be, just let it go, because you're just going to damage yourself in the process. And I honestly gave myself really bad mental health. I've got depression, I've got anxiety, suffer with PTSD, I get panic attacks quite frequently, I pass out, I get really, really overwhelmed. And a lot of those things are due to trauma, which is why I'm also getting some therapy for that. So I'm really happy about that. If you guys are on my TikTok, you would know that they recently accepted me to get therapy under the NHS, which is EMDR therapy. So that's really helpful. It's going to help me kind of like help me with the traumas. So I'm just hoping that that goes to plan and that actually works for me, because I need it. So yeah, I got into a unhealthy relationship, and as a result, we then made 4 children. I don't regret my children. I do regret the guy I chose, because obviously in an ideal world, you'd want the guy to be with you. You'd want to have the marriage. You'd want to have the babies, but it wasn't healthy, and there was nothing I could do. I held on for about 3 years, and it got nowhere. I was, being cheated on. I was being lied on. I was, miscommunication, family wars. It was just difficult, and then the abuse overrides all of that. So when you start, when it got that far, it just had to be a thing where, the kids were being impacted, social services were snooping about. I didn't want that for my kids. I didn't want that for myself, and I felt isolated. I feel like I just wasn't who I wanted to be. So anyway, we've left this relationship. We've had 4 kids. And then I then got into a new relationship with this lovely, amazing guy, guys. This guy is my partner today. Love him to bits. Love him to bits. We then had 2 kids together. And he took on all my kids. Like, he took on all of my children. I wouldn't have expected him to, because he's young, same age as me. You just wouldn't expect someone that age to take on such a big responsibility. And I'm just grateful that he was able to do that. I mean, I didn't force him. I didn't put that burden on him. He stood up and said, like, if I want to be with you, you've got kids and I want to accept those kids. And he did that, and he shows them, like, every day that he is a good dad and that he wants to be there for them. Every relationship has their ups and downs. I've had to go through, understanding how my first relationship was to not being in this relationship with the trauma that it came with. So when I first got into this relationship, although knowing him as a friend, it was more like, be wary, because I don't want you to hurt me. I don't want you to hurt my kids. I don't trust you. And it was like, that's why they always kind of say, take time when you've gone through trauma before you get into another relationship, because it can affect your relationship. Now, in my relationship, I'm happy and blessed to know that my partner, he's got his mum, he's got his dad, he's got a big support system, and they really do support me in ways I wouldn't have actually asked them to support me. And that's what makes this whole thing so much more beautiful, that somebody can actually accept you. One thing that my second baby that said to me was, no man will ever want you with 4 kids. That hit hard, because honestly for me, I already felt like, no one was going to want me when I had Kazea, and that's why I got with you. So when you're saying this now, it's just making me deep. Like, you've given me a lot more kids, so there's a lot more now to me, like, to kind of prove to others that I'm more than just a baby mum. I can do other things in my life. I'm not uneducated. I've got an education. And people seem to think that just because I've got kids, I'm not going to do anything in my life. I don't want to be productive. I don't want to work for my money. I don't want to do... That is not the case for me. It might appear like I'm screaming pregnancy young. I'm not advertising it. I'm not saying do your worst. I'm literally saying this is my life, and this is how I've made my life out to be. And this is what I'm doing for myself, and this is how my kids are thriving. This is how, things are progressing, because I'm making an effort. I'm not just sitting here doing nothing. I'm actually trying to make something of myself and sort of like correct the mistakes that I have made. I have made mistakes, but my children weren't mistakes. Having them were blessings. Like, I don't want to be that mum that just every minute something goes wrong, you dash away your belly. It's my baby regardless. I know I'd have to do this on my own, and it's my responsibility. But that being said, let's actually talk about some of the hate comments I'm actually getting, because you lot love to say the same thing. It gets boring now. After a while, you'd think that you can switch it up a little bit. Give me something new so I can actually cry about it this time. Because before, yeah, I was crying, but now you're saying the same things over and over again, and I'm like, I'm tired. Let's start with number 1. People love to say 27, 7 kids, no ring. What has the ring on my finger got to do with you? I'll wait. Genuinely, because it's confusing to me why people have this narrative about, it's like all of a sudden everyone's Christians and they believe in the whole marriage verse, but you're living a sinful life. You're still doing things that you shouldn't be doing, but yeah, I'm supposed to be doing it perfect because I invited children into this world. It doesn't make sense. I was engaged before. How about that? That relationship was unhealthy and I left. Should I have stayed because the ring was present? Or are you saying that I made a good decision and left, and now I'm waiting patiently for when the right time's, gonna come to have my ring with someone that is much healthier? I'm not sitting here questioning my worth with my partner. I know he loves me. I know this man loves me. And that's not even me trying to overgas it. This is not me saying I'm so nice and everybody. No. He shows me he loves me in his actions, the way he talks to me, the way he communicates, the way he, presents himself, the way he looks after my children, the way he carries himself. He is showing me that I am loved and that I'm cared about. And that's all that is important to me. You lot are not putting a ring on my finger and I don't want it from you. Your opinion does nothing for me. My ring will come when it comes. I don't have to pester this man about my ring. I can say to him, okay, babe, I'm ready, which I've said. Don't get me wrong, I've said it. If you don't have a ring, girl, bend for the camera. I've been making him very much known that if you... Listen, I can slip away. But it's our private joke. Like, we know what our situation is. It's none of your business. It's not affecting me, and clearly it didn't bother me because the babies kept coming, clearly. Do you get it? People have a lot to say about my mum and how she's disappointed and upset and, I let her down. That's not the case in my family. Absolutely not. And this is not to bring my mum down or anything like that. My mum had kids young herself, and if you want to say generational business and care, but my mum had kids herself and she made it. She graduated. She became a midwife. She literally has so much education that she helps me fight my corners in every area that I need. We literally call her the letter rescuer. She could literally write me a good letter and save my whole damn life, because that is how educated my mum is, and that is with having 7 kids. On top of that, my mum has 24 grandkids, 24 grandchildren. I've got 7. Yes, I may have given her quite a bit, but she's got 24. So what is my 7 going to do for her? I'll wait. My mum loves her kids. My mum literally loves her children. My mum was my birth partner to every single one of my children, besides the last 2 because it was a C-section. And I had my partner this time. I mean, he was going to be there because it was my first experience having a guy at the birth, because that's another story. But he was not my birth partner. Any of those other dads, they were not my birth partners because they were not there. So my mum has always been there for me. She's always supported me. I know she's proud of me. I know when she watches this video, she'll be singing like, that's my girl, because my mum loves me. She literally loves me. We might fight, we might argue. She doesn't always agree with everything I do, but she literally loves me. So I know that she's got my back, no matter what. People like to say I've got too many kids. I class it as having too much love, if I'm honest. I've got a lot of love to give, so I can have as many kids as my love can push out. Because at the end of the day, why is it too many kids when it's not your body? Why is it too many kids when you're not the one carrying them? It's not your womb. It's not your money. It's not your bills. You don't have to change the nappies. So why are you so bothered? I generally would like to understand. And with this taxpayer reference, what is your £3.25 going to do for my 7 children? Realistically, you're probably covering the amount you're covering another man that has 1. Genuinely. Like, I don't understand this. It just sounds very uneducated. Like, there's a big system, like there's many ways that you can try and, dissect what I just said. But the big picture is you guys are not funding my life. There is a 2-child limit. You cannot get paid for several other children. You might be able to get your little, what you call the other benefits, the employment and whatever other benefits. But I'm saying at the end of the day, I am here supporting my children with my partner, and I'm not getting all this extra government assistance. I could put that on the internet knowing that these same governments, they are watching everything. They're literally watching everything. So putting out here, yeah, I'm getting this, I'm getting that, what is that going to do for me? I need support. That is why I reached out. For example, even at 16, I wasn't entitled to anything because I was too young to even get like anything. My mum had to support me with what she was earning because she was working, and she was able to support me until I was 18. Yeah, that might have been the burden you guys are talking about, but I'm now 27. My mum does not have to do that anymore. It's me and my partner. And, you know, we have support, friends, godparents, you know, in-laws. They all come in and they help because it's their family as well, and who wouldn't want to help their own family? I got asked a lot is, are you not embarrassed? Why would I be embarrassed of being able to actually conceive? Why would I be embarrassed to be able to actually have a baby? There's people out there that are not able to conceive. I had a miscarriage. I've had 3 miscarriages, and they were really horrible experiences for me. They weren't nice, and that's even with having children. So I'm saying, can you imagine the ones that are still waiting and still trying to have a baby, and I'm here with 7. I'm blessed. I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, being in those toxic relationships where it did result into physical, sexual, financial, whatever you want to call it, it was not healthy. And those kids came out of a damaged dynamic, should I say. But I wouldn't change the fact that they're here because I got through that on my own. Like, I mean, with support. But I got through that on my own. Physically, being in that situation, I had managed to get through it on my own. And I'm proud of me for that. If I really wanted to not have my children, there is so many, especially in the UK, so many ways for you to just dash your belly. So many ways, and I didn't want to. Why did you guys assume that doing that was to get money when I could just have no kids and still have a job and still get money? There's people that are, you know, have no kids and still able to get government assistance. So why can I be exhausted it that way? What's the difference? It's not more money per household because of kids. It's nothing like that. My kids are here because I had sex. It brings babies. I chose to keep those babies. I'm also very hyper-fertile. People that don't know me or don't know about that, it literally just means that I can release several eggs, which is why I also had twins. It's very common. I could be pregnant being on contraception. So that's what's quite special and different about me, like the fact that that can happen. And that's how blessed my body is. That is how grateful I am to God that I'm able to even have these children. Don't get me wrong, people mention, why don't you use a condom? Why don't you use that? Because I didn't want to. I don't like plastic. Didn't feel nice up there. Babies came and I kept them. I still looked after them. Didn't just dash them away and waste more NHS resources on abortion. What's the difference? I used, your money to get a nappy, not your money to buy a pill. What's the difference? Like, I don't know, guys, honestly, but people have a lot to say, and all I'm trying to say is I love my kids. I am grateful to be able to even parent my kids. There's people that are unable to even parent their children in the way they want to. And you're all just out here criticising me. What are you criticising me for? All I'm doing is parenting my kids. That's all I'm doing. Like, I literally have so much love to give and so much love to share. I wish you guys would just see it for what it is, which is that I'm doing a good job. No one can tell me I'm not. I'm up every single morning, on time, changing nappies, cleaning after the toilet, spreading the beds, doing my kids' hair. The things that I should be doing, but I'm doing it willingly and not depressed. I was doing this before whilst being in a toxic relationship, unhealthy and depressed, because I chose to have 2 more children for my partner that I've been with for 4+ years. It's a problem because the numbers are increasing. The numbers probably will increase again. What if I want 10? What if 11 comes? I'm only 27, guys. Being realistic, I'm not saying I would want to just keep breeding. I'm not saying that, but I'm just like, it's my body and it's my choice, and I don't know how else to really word it. It's like, of course there's a cut-off point. Right about now, financially, I wouldn't say it's sensible to have any more kids. It wouldn't be sensible to have any more children. But it doesn't mean I don't want to have any more children. I love pregnancy. Well, I mean, it can be a bit suffocating at times, I'm not going to lie, but I love pregnancy. I love babies and I love looking after them. I love that they are going to eventually grow up to surround me. My mum loves Christmas. I love how Christmas is at my mum's house. It's just amazing. It literally feels like a New York Christmas because it's so big. Our family is so big. And I love that. And just seeing how much support my mum has around her, I know that I'll have that because I know I'm going to be a good mum. My kids are not going to turn around and say, oh, you didn't do this and you didn't do that and you didn't give me this. No. I look after my kids. I'll always look after my children. I mean, like I said, didn't make the right choices. No, chose the wrong partner, but I kept the baby. That's all I did wrong then, kept the baby. All you guys are upset about is that I kept the baby. That's what's scary. That's what's so sad about this world, that something like that is seen as negative, and not the fact that I was strong enough to actually do this and not just Come on. Another question that really gets on my nerves is the ones about my daughter's going to be parenting the kids. My children are going to be raising the children are going to be... I can't stand that comment. Oh, Jesus. I don't know who raised you and how your family did do it, but that's not how I do things here. Kezia is naturally my eldest child. She's 10. She's going to be 11. She has reached puberty. She is growing up. She likes to do her hair. She wants to put little things on her face. She wants to dress up. She wants new trainers. She's talking about dunks. She wants all these little nice Jordans. All these things. She's growing up. She is old enough to want stuff, and she's old enough to be able to take care of responsibility. Having siblings is not her responsibility, but if she wants to help me, I'm not going to say no. If she wants to say, Mummy, can I cook today? Okay. Well, because she's making the extra piece of eggs for her brother, she's doing too much? Am I going to make her go and cook for just herself? No, that's not what I'm teaching her. So naturally, she is going to be helping. She's going to be doing more. But the thing is, they all help. So does that mean they're all being abused because they all got chores? Are they all being abused because they got things to do? They have to spread their bed. They have to sweep the stairs. They have to wash the dishes. They have to do things. They have to make sure the uniform is done and sent to me. And on Friday, their clothes need to be downstairs on the washing machine. Buy the machine so I can wash it in time for the next week. They have all got things to do. They're not watching babies. I mean, I've taught all my kids to change a nappy. Is that a problem? Because they change a nappy? Is that a problem? Genuinely, if it's a problem, comment below, because I'm struggling to understand where this narrative comes from that you have a child and they end up doing all the work. I don't get it. Am I not allowed to ask my daughter for anything because I had her first? That is what makes big sisters respected. Big siblings should be respected because they are the big siblings. They earn their points because of what they can do for all their younger siblings. I would like it to be that my kids can go up to Kezia when she gets old and say, can I have £10 please? Because she built herself up so good, so educated, and now people are able to ask her for things because she grew up nicely. I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel like I'm waffling on a little bit, but just those comments, they really get on my nerves, and I just feel like, what is the point? It doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't do anything for her. She sits there and she just doesn't understand all this. So it's just like, it's dumb. Just let it go. It's boring. Another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is why I said yes to Truly. So they actually reached out to me in 2022 and they wanted me to be featured on the show. I think I had 6 kids at the time. Yeah, all 5. I don't know, you guys did the maths, but I think it was 2022, 2023, they reached out to me about being on the show. And I was, anxious about it. I was very excited at the same time. I was like, oh my God, I don't know, should I do it, should I not do it? I was in temporary accommodation. It didn't feel like home. I felt like I wouldn't be showing a realistic story. I don't know, it just felt like something I wasn't really too keen on doing. Plus I was going through a court hearing, which was like the longest thing of my life to experience. It was really hard for me, but I had to go through that court hearing, and that because I was in court, like their terms was sort of like, we don't want to put anything out if there's not permission from the other party in my proceedings. So it was like I didn't know if I should go ahead, and I didn't really want to ask him for permission because in my head I'm thinking, I just don't even know why you're still in my life, sort of thing. But that's all solved now. He's gone. But regardless of that, I needed to just, sort that out. And obviously now we're in a situation where they reached out again and they're talking about hi, and I'm like, hi, and then she's like, what do you think? And sent me like, sorry, I think I just spat. What do you think? And then she's basically sent me all the information. She sent me an email, and then I got in contact with the producers and then the film producers, and they all just kind of reached out. I had to have like a psyche evaluation to sort of just check my mental health was okay, which by the way, I don't think it was. I think they ticked me wrong. I think they wanted me that badly that they made me look okay, because I'm pretty sure I scored all the anxiety charts because I was like, I can't do it. Guys, I can't do it. I called my GP, like, help me. Guys, I'm about to do something so crazy and I need your help. I literally had to go to my GP and say, please, I'm going to be on a show. I already have mad anxiety. What I'm taking right now, I don't think it's working for me. My hands are shaking, my skin is itching. I'm worried about criticism. I'm worried about what my kids might think. I'm worried about what the school might think. I'm worried because literally a lot of people that know me have run into me and said, I've seen you on this, I've seen you on that. I've been on the bus and someone has said, I've seen you on this. And in my head I'm thinking, this is so cool. But to some degree it's like, I haven't got this big agency or big management and security that can protect me and my kids. And when you've gone through something like domestic violence, these things are a bit like, oh, it's scary. So obviously my anxiety was playing up, but I still did it. And that is what I'm like, that's not something I would do. So for me to do it, I'm just like, wow, I achieved something. Like, people, you lot might not understand. You lot see like big gone out there just to shame myself. No, I literally just wanted to do something that I would never normally do on a normal day. Even now, I'm still like deep in it and registering. I'm overwhelmed with all the messages and the love, and I'm like kind of ignoring it. So when you see a comment, if you guys are leaving me a comment and I'm not replying to it, it's literally just because I'm like, I can't acknowledge. I don't even want them to see I'm online right now because I'm just overwhelmed. Like, I'm just like, this is crazy. But I'm so glad I took the opportunity. It was paid. I got paid for that. So imagine me getting paid for that. Paid for my family. Paid for just having a story that people value. And it's just like, I appreciate things like that. So yeah, just wanted to share that with you guys. I mean, it wasn't an easy thing for me to do. It's not something I would do. And I've done it. And I've had a lot of support from you guys. So I really do appreciate it. And if you're watching this video, I really appreciate you guys as well. You know, not everyone's going to live the same life. Not everyone's story is going to be the same. I know that people are going to judge me, black mum, young mum, council house, kids, different baby dads, whatever your story is, whatever. People are always going to have something to say. This just happens to be my life. I cannot go back. I cannot change it. I cannot say, let's start again. Let's wave this wand and go back into high school and just start again. No, because like if I did that, I wouldn't have my kids. I wouldn't have the insight that I have today. I wouldn't have the ability to be able to parent them. I wouldn't have sense. I'd be so flipping for real. Just my truth. But I've had to rebuild myself because me and my children went through a lot of very unhealthy relationships, which were obviously decisions that I had made at a young, stupid age. And I feel like right now I'm able to differentiate the difference between a healthy relationship and a not healthy relationship. Right back now we're in a healthy relationship. If he leaves, you guys will probably come to me again saying, oh, you're the problem, you're this. No one ever takes accountability in this day and age. But this is my life. Right now we're good. Right now we're happy. There's nothing for me to question. And I feel like we're safe. And I just want people to understand that this journey may not be for everybody. But sometimes just be nice. Just be kind. You don't know what people have gone through. You don't know what the situation is. And this is even half this. This is not even everything. Like, I've lived a very complicated life. And it's affected so many things in life. And I'm finally at a place now where I'm happy. And it's rare to say that I'm happy. I wouldn't say like mad happy where I'm not depressed. But like, I'm definitely not where I used to be, and that is definitely the most important thing for me right now, I'd say. I don't want to be debating with you guys in the comment section and arguing with you guys about X, Y, and Z. I don't want to be having to repeat myself. I know people who are new here will naturally have things to ask me, but there is a way you can ask, which is respectful. You don't have to be disrespectful. I don't come out here disrespecting you. I'm actually very nice. Like, if you get to know me, I'm a very lovely person. That's not me trying to hype it up, but I'm a nice person. Get to know me, we can be friends, we can be cool. But yeah, just thought I'd give you a little bit of a backstory about me. A bit of backstory about me. I would love you guys to subscribe and stay around and follow me on my TikTok page, because that is where I kind of post more consistently. Obviously, this is my first video back to YouTube, and I'm hoping I can make this more regularly. You guys can also like leave a comment or message me about potential video ideas. Maybe you want it to be different to what it is on my TikTok account. But as you can see, the videos are out on my YouTube. They're very old. I've even privated some because they're so old and you guys can never see those ones. But there's a few out there if you guys want to have a look at those as well. But I feel like it doesn't really show my life for what it is today, because although, you know, I did have 6 kids, we have 7. That's a whole new, different me now. I'm a whole new person. And I don't think I even got as much content of my son in those footage anyway when he was a baby, because I really wasn't as active when I had 6 kids. My channel was mainly the 5 kids and me. That was before I got into a relationship, and where I was a single mum, because I literally was a single mum before I got into that relationship. And that's why I don't want people to think that I have it easy just because I'm in a relationship now. I can definitely understand how it is to be a single mum, because I've been there. I was doing school runs on my own. I was cooking on my own, parenting on my own, changing nappies on my own, giving birth on my own. Like, do you know what I mean? I've been a single mum. And I'm just happy now that I'm able to share that responsibility with somebody else and not have to do it on my own. So you guys, that is basically a little bit about me. I hope you guys got as much as you can from this video. And we'll stay tuned and look for the next one. Love you guys. Bye.